You know, when that alarm goes off in the morning, that moment right there sets the tone for everything that follows. You can either hit snooze and roll over into another excuse, or you can sit up, put your feet on the floor, and say, "Thank you." Before you check your phone, before you think about bills, drama, traffic, or deadlines, you gotta thank God, thank life, thank the fact that you opened your eyes again today. That alone is a blessing. Somebody somewhere went to bed last night and didn't get that chance, but you did. That means your purpose is still in motion. Your journey ain't over. That right there is your first win of the day. Now, I ain't talking about some deep religious ritual or anything fancy. I'm talking about that real, raw, gut-level kind of gratitude where you say to yourself, "I might not have everything I want, but I sure got more than some." You got breath in your lungs. You got strength in your body. You got another chance to get it right, to fix what's broken, to chase what's been calling you. And if all you can say is thank you, and mean it from the pit of your soul, you're already ahead of the game. See, a lot of folks wake up and the first thing they do is start complaining. "I'm tired. I don't want to go to work. It's Monday. My back hurts. My car's on empty." And what they don't realize is, when you start your day with that kind of energy, you're pouring poison into your spirit before the world even gets a chance to mess with you. You're setting yourself up to carry a weight that don't belong to you. You're feeding your problems before you feed your faith. That ain't how winners move. You gotta rewire your mind to lead with thanks. Because here's the thing. Gratitude isn't just about what you have. It's about what you recognize you have. You could have a small apartment, but it's your peace. You could have a job you don't love, but it's your stepping stone. You might be single, but you're not stuck. When you start giving thanks, you take control of your focus, and whatever you focus on grows. People think success starts with ambition or discipline or goals. Nah, it starts with appreciation. You appreciate what you've got, you respect the journey, and then you invite more blessings into your life. The universe responds to that kind of energy. God responds to that kind of heart. It don't mean you settle. It means you recognize that the foundation for your next level is already beneath your feet. And some mornings, let's be real, it's hard. You might wake up in the middle of a storm. Financial struggle, heartbreak, health issues, doubt eating at you. But even in that moment, you gotta dig deep and find something. Anything to give thanks for. Maybe it's the fact that you're still fighting. Maybe it's that one friend who keeps checking on you. Maybe it's just the quiet in the early morning before the world gets loud. Gratitude in the dark is what brings the light. When you start your morning with thanks, something shifts inside you. You walk different. You talk different. People around you can feel it. It's like your soul starts humming at a higher frequency. You become the thermostat, not the thermometer. You set the temperature of the day, no matter what comes at you. That simple thank you is your reset button. It's your anchor. It pulls you out of fear and plants you in power. It reminds you that you are not alone, that there's something greater than your problems working on your behalf. And once you lock into that truth, you stop waiting for perfect conditions to be grateful. You start being grateful, and that's what creates better conditions. So tomorrow morning, and every morning after that, don't just get up. Rise, rise with intention. Rise with appreciation. Rise like somebody who knows they're still in the game for a reason. Don't let stress speak before your soul does. Don't let the weight of life sit on your chest before your spirit has had a chance to breathe. Look up, breathe deep, and speak life into yourself. Gratitude ain't just the right way to start the day. It's the most powerful way. When you wake up in the morning, before the noise of the world starts creeping into your mind, you've got to make a decision, a serious decision. You've got to decide who's going to talk to you first. Will it be your doubts, your fears, that voice in your head telling you what you're not? Or will it be you, the real you, the one that knows deep down you were made for something greater? Because let me tell you something, before this world ever opens its mouth, before the news tells you it's all bad, before social media starts showing you everybody else's highlight reel, before your job reminds you of all the pressure, you better be the first one to speak over your life. Every single morning you have to look yourself in the mirror, maybe with sleep still in your eyes, maybe hair all over the place, breath kicking like a Bruce Lee movie. Doesn't matter. You look yourself square in the eye and you say, I was built for this. You speak victory before you see it. You speak peace before the chaos even starts. You speak joy even when life tries to hand you sorrow. Why? Because the world is waiting to plant seeds of doubt in you. And if you don't plant seeds of power and truth in yourself first, you'll be left living off what everybody else says about you. And that's a dangerous way to live. That's how dreams die. The truth is, you can't walk into a battlefield without armor. Life is a battlefield. The moment you wake up, the moment your feet hit the floor, you're stepping into a world that's going to test you, challenge you, sometimes even try to break you. So you better come armored up. And the first piece of that armor is the words you say to yourself. I'm not talking about some fluffy affirmations that you just say half-heartedly. I'm talking about power statements. I'm talking about declarations. You look in that mirror and say, today I will win. I will not let yesterday's failures control today's blessings. I will not let other people's insecurities become my identity. I will not shrink to fit into someone else's small view of who I should be. I am enough. I've got purpose. I've got power. I've got favor. When you say that, when you really say that something happens, it don't mean the problems disappear. It don't mean the bills go away or the relationship suddenly fixes itself or your boss turns into your best friend. What it does mean is you change, your posture changes, your energy changes. You start moving through the world like somebody who knows they've got something to offer. People feel that. Opportunity feels that. God feels that. See, too many people are waiting for the world to validate them before they feel worthy. But what if I told you the world will always reflect back to you what you reflect to it first? If you walk into your day doubting yourself, playing small, talking down to yourself, the world will meet you at that level. But if you walk in talking like a giant, humble but confident, everything around you starts to shift. Doors open different, people treat you different, you attract different. Why? Because your spirit is operating on a higher frequency. And listen, I get it. Some mornings are rough. You might wake up with pressure on your chest, tired in your bones, thoughts racing in your head. Life can be heavy, but even on those days, especially on those days, you've got to speak victory over yourself. You've got to say, this won't break me. It may bend me, it may challenge me, but it will not break me. You've got to train your mind to be stronger than your emotions, because your emotions will tell you to give up, sit down, stay quiet, stay safe. But your mind, the one you feed every morning, your mind will remind you, we came here to win, we came here to grow, we came here to shine. Don't wait for somebody else to remind you of your greatness. That's your job, that's your assignment. Every morning, look yourself in the eye and say, I got something special in me. Don't be shy about it. Say it with your chest. Because if you don't believe in your own gift, how can you expect anyone else to? If you don't speak greatness over your life, how can you expect greatness to show up? You don't need permission to be powerful. You don't need approval to be amazing. You just need to start your day by claiming who you are before the world tries to label you with something less. Victory starts with your voice. Speak it first thing in the morning, and the world will have no choice but to take notice. Failure ain't final, it's fuel. You gotta stop looking at your mistakes like they're permanent stains on your record. They're not. They're lessons. That's all they are. You've got to wake up every morning, look at yourself, and remind your spirit that yesterday's failures don't get to define who you are today. See, too many people drag their past behind them like it's some kind of prison sentence. Like because something didn't work out last month or last year, they gotta keep living like that mistake is tattooed on their forehead. No, sir, no, ma'am, that thing that tripped you up, that bad decision, that missed opportunity, that's not where your story ends. That's where the plot thickens. You are not the total of your mistakes. You are the total of what you learn and how you grow and what you choose to do next. When you wake up in the morning, you gotta talk to yourself like someone who's going somewhere. You've got to say, yeah, I messed up. Yeah, I missed it. But I'm still here. I still got breath in my lungs. I still got time on the clock, and I'm not done yet. Because when you understand that failure is just a detour and not a dead end, you stop being afraid to try. You stop being afraid to show up for your own life. Every successful person you admire, every great name you know, every legacy you look up to, they got their hands dirty with failure. They lost money. They got rejected. They heard no more times than you can count. They've been embarrassed. They've made the wrong call, and yet they didn't stop. They didn't throw in the towel. They didn't let the pain of losing out weigh the purpose they were chasing. And that's the part you've got to get into your bones. That's the part you've got to repeat every morning when that little voice of doubt starts creeping in. Failure is proof that you tried. It's evidence that you didn't sit on the sidelines and let life pass you by. You got in the game, you swung for the fences, maybe you struck out, but you stepped up to the plate, and that already puts you ahead of the people too scared to even take a swing. So don't sit there crying about the loss. Don't sit there nursing your wounds like life's over. Life just started. You get a brand new day every single morning to rewrite the script, to fix the page, to shift the story. But here's the catch, it only works if you decide to believe different. You can't keep waking up telling yourself you're a failure. You can't keep replaying that one moment like it's your whole identity. You've got to wake up and say, I fell, but I'm not broken. I failed, but I'm not finished. Let that thing burn if it has to. Let it sting, but don't let it stop you. Use it. Use the fire. Use the pain. Use the disappointment. Use it like jet fuel. Let it push you further. Let it teach you what didn't work so you can figure out what will. That's what strong people do. They build on the ruins. They plant seeds in the ashes. They rise up when everything said they shouldn't. Every scar you've got, every bruise you carry, every tear you've cried, it all means something. It means you've been through the fire and you came out the other side. And if you're still here, then it didn't kill you. If you're still breathing, then it didn't break you completely. You still got power in you. You still got something left to give. You've got to stop measuring yourself by what didn't work out and start measuring yourself by the courage it took to keep going. Because anybody can quit. Anybody can give up. But it takes something special to keep standing after life knocks you down. This morning, when you look in that mirror, don't see your failures. See your fuel. See the strength you built from the hard days. See the wisdom you gained from the wrong turns. See the heart you had to grow when everything fell apart. Don't you dare hide your story. Don't you dare shrink because of the stumble. Own it. Own the fall. And then rise with it. Let it give you fire in your belly, steel in your spine, and light in your eyes. You're not done. You're just getting started. Your mind is the steering wheel of your life. That's what people don't get. They wake up and let their mind wander wherever it wants. Doubt, fear, stress, anxiety, regret. You ever seen somebody just sit behind a wheel and not drive? That's what too many folks do with their mind. You can't wake up and hope the day drives itself. You gotta grab the wheel the moment your eyes open. That's when you take control. That's when you decide how you're gonna feel, how you're gonna move, how you're gonna win today. Because let me tell you something, if you don't steer your thoughts in the direction you want your life to go, life will take over and steer you into ditches you never planned to be in. You gotta decide what kind of day you're gonna have before the day even starts. If you wake up and let your mind replay old problems, old pain, old conversations, you're handing over the wheel. You're saying, "Here, take me wherever." And life will do just that. It'll take you back to yesterday's frustration, back to last year's mistakes, back to that same old thinking that got you stuck in the first place. But when you wake up and say, "This is the day I take control. This is the day I talk to myself before the world talks to me. This is the day I tell my mind what it's gonna believe," now you're driving. See, your thoughts are powerful. What you think becomes what you feel, and what you feel becomes how you act. So when you wake up and steer your mind toward purpose, toward vision, toward gratitude, you set your entire day on a new track. It don't mean you won't hit traffic. It don't mean life won't throw detours your way. But it does mean you're not gonna be aimless. It means you're not gonna sit back and let the winds push you around. You've got direction. You've got a destination. And even if the GPS says recalculating, you're still behind the wheel. Some people think their circumstances are the problem. It's not always the circumstances. It's how you think about them. It's how you talk to yourself about them. You can have two people go through the exact same thing, and one sees disaster while the other sees development. One says, "Why me?" The other says, "Try me." What's the difference? The way they steer their mind, that's it. So if you want to change your life, stop trying to change the outside first. Start with what's going on between your ears every morning. The minute you wake up, thoughts are gonna come at you. Bills drama. What happened yesterday? Who hurt you? What you still ain't got. But you've got to meet those thoughts at the door and say, "Not today. I'm driving this thing. I'm not gonna let stress run me. I'm not gonna let fear run me. I've got dreams to chase. I've got goals to reach. I've got people counting on me." That's the voice you need to bring to the front seat. That's the energy you gotta drive with. It takes discipline. It takes practice. But the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. Instead of waking up overwhelmed, you wake up with a plan. Instead of letting the day tell you how to feel, you tell the day how it's gonna go. That's how champions think. That's how leaders operate. They don't wait for peace. They bring peace. They don't wait for motivation. They speak it into existence. They don't wait to feel strong. They declare strength and then they walk like it. You've got that same power, but you've got to take ownership of your mind. You've got to stop letting your thoughts drive you and start driving them. Wake up every morning and direct your thoughts like a boss. Point them toward what you're building, what you're believing, what you're becoming. Remind yourself that your mind is not your enemy. It's your engine, but only if you take the wheel, only if you decide which road you're gonna travel. Because if you don't tell your mind where to go, life will take you somewhere you don't want to be.